going on, everybody? I'm Alex Hunter, this is HP Builds, and welcome back to the channel. Now, before we dive into this video, I want to take a second and apologize for all the road noise you guys are going to be hearing behind me. So we live on 31W, and the interstate is right over here. Well, the interstate has some construction going on right now, which is putting a lot of cars on 31W. So bear with me with the background noise, just kind of ignore it. But you're really going to enjoy today's video, so let's dive into it. Today's video is all about the Merkurs. And if you guys remember, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, we actually went and grabbed all three of these cars at one time by making a mad dash over to North Carolina, because all three of these cars were about to end up in a junkyard, and we couldn't see that happen. So me and Dad jumped in the trucks, hooked up to the trailers, and we went. We made it in one day, grabbed all three cars, and come back. And then we made a video about it. We washed all three of these cars up, kind of went over the shape of all three, what we had, what we didn't have, and then we kind of left it, you know, open to what was next for these cars. Because the original intent was just to grab this one, pull the engine, trans, and diff out of it for Dad. That way he could put like a Volvo head and things like that on the engine, beef up the transmission, and eventually dump it into his car. And then the other two cars we were gonna sell and try to recuperate our money from the overall trip. Well, as we started washing these cars, I kind of fell in love with the red one. I wanted to make a track car out of it for Dad. He was not a big fan of that. He really didn't want to have another project. So I told him, well, let's just hang out for a couple weeks. Let's let them sit, and then let's make a decision. Well, a couple weeks went by. Then we decided Dad was right. We really didn't need to start another project. So we ended up throwing all of them up on Marketplace. This one obviously was going to be parted out, and these two were going to be sold. And I put a price tag of $1,000 on each car, which I thought was pretty fair. I thought would honestly make them disappear pretty quick. And boy, was I wrong. So since that day, I've lowered the price on the cars. I've brought them down to 900 bucks a piece. And I even put in there that if you come and buy either one of these cars, you can have any parts that you want off of this car. Again, I thought that was gonna grab a bunch of people. It really didn't grab that many people. We had a few people show up. They opened the doors, popped the hoods, gave it a good once over, and then left. Not really sure why. They didn't even make me offers on the cars, but I think they're really nice cars. I think there's something you definitely could restore if you just had a parts car. So I kind of thought, well, heck, maybe somebody's going to show up and want both, and even that didn't happen. So that is where we get to today, where I had a gentleman reach out who's coming 4 hours just to get parts off this silver car. And what I think is crazy is he is willing to make that drive just for the sunroof. That's all he wanted. He only wanted the sunroof. And I told him, I said, hey, do me a favor. Show up with the intention that there's probably gonna be some more parts that I sell at an extremely discounted rate, because let's face it, you're driving 8 hours round trip. Is a sunroof really worth that? I don't know. He thinks so, so more power to him. But what he doesn't know is that I'm also doing one more thing. And what that thing is I'm gonna be asking him one question. Are you bringing a truck or are you bringing a car? And if he says he's bringing a truck, I'm gonna ask him to stop by U-Haul, pick himself up a trailer, and I'm gonna try my best to make one of these cars go with him. I'm gonna try to be a salesman today and see if we can get one of these cars gone. Because I have a feeling once he shows up, he is going to fall in love with either one of these cars. And I don't know, I may not make it happen, but he's got his car at his house that he really just wants parts for. So who knows, he may see this car and say, hey, I actually need a bunch of car parts off this one. He may say, I need a bunch of parts off that one. I don't know. I'm hoping that we can sell a car today, but we'll see. Now, we've got to hurry up. We've got to get this sunroof out because we've got rain in the near future. I think it's supposed to be here about 3 o'clock. It's about 11 o'clock right now, but I have to get this thing tarped up and everything. My goal is 1 hour. I don't know if that's possible. Everybody said it's pretty easy. You just drop the headliner, which is already trash, and bunch of bolts, and sunroof comes out. So let's jump in the car. Let's see if we can get this sunroof out, get this thing tarped back up before the rain gets here, and then give this guy a call and see if we can sell him a car. All right, just my luck. As soon as I started pulling the headliner out, it started drizzling on me, and I'm like, I can survive this. It's just a little sprinkle. Well, then it came this. So we had to close the whole car up because I had the back hatch and both doors open, and it got pretty wet inside. So headliner is now in the trash. I am pretty much soaked and filthy. Now I gotta go take a shower. But the headliner is out. So now all we have to do is get the sunroof itself unbolted and in this garage, which I guess I'm gonna let this rain blow over, because this wasn't supposed to be here till like 3 o'clock today, and it's like 11:30. Yay me, man. So much rain. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's up with Tennessee here lately, but it seems like every single day that I want to do something, it's pouring down rain. All right, well, after a few hours, some hard rain, and a little bit of research online, I was able to get this sunroof out, and it honestly wasn't that bad. I didn't even have to remove the headliner like I thought I was going to. But that's all right. It was already leaking a little bit, and it had some water damage. It needed to go in the trash anyways. So one task done that I really didn't need to do, but hey, it's done. So now we're gonna wait. I've got to seal this top up somehow before the guy gets here. And I'll be honest with y'all, while it was raining, I made the phone call, and he's not taking another car home. I thought he only had a Merkur. He actually has 2 Merkurs. So he definitely doesn't need a third one. But that's all right. We made a little money today. We got a part off the car. Now we have to thrash, because whatever I do to seal this up, eventually it's gonna leak, right? Everything's gonna leak no matter what I do. So we're gonna kill some time. We're gonna let this guy get here. We're gonna sell him this sunroof. But what I am also gonna do, I've got a bunch of parts in the garage. I'm gonna try to get this guy to take some stuff off my hands. If he's got 2 Merkurs that he's trying to build, surely to God, I got something more than a sunroof that this guy wants. But we're gonna end this video right here. Kind of short, kind of sweet. Just kind of working on the car a little bit, giving you guys an update. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.